HBO just released a trailer to their new documentary coming out titled 38 at the Garden, which basically highlights Jeremy Lin's ascension into the NBA during that 2012 season. 2012. It is like 2022 now. So that was like 10 years ago. I can't believe it was 10 years ago actually. Because like I remember it like it was yesterday, especially for me as an Asian hooper. Seeing someone who doesn't look like the rest, it's an Asian American hooper out there playing at an elite level against the league's best. I was going into high school. I was like 13 years old. So seeing that, like, it inspired me to go out there regardless of me being Asian, not looking like the rest. To go out there and hoop, play with confidence. You saw the swag that Jeremy Lin had during that time. You're going to be like, well, there was Yao Ming. Come on, bro. Yao Ming was like 7 foot. How can I relate to Yao Ming? I'm like 5'9". Going into high school, I was like 5'7", 5'6". My parents were like, my dad's like 5'5", my mom's like 5'2", 5'3". So there was like a 0% chance that I was gonna be 7 foot like Yao Ming. Respect Yao Ming. It was cool seeing him out there. He had a great career. He was an all-star. It was just riddled with injuries. But for me, I couldn't really relate to that. Like I said, it was cool, but I could not relate to a 7-footer. I mean, even though I don't know what their names were. I know there's some other Asian players that were in the league, but they were 7 foot. You know, seeing Jeremy Lin as a point guard, I was a point guard. Seeing Jeremy Lin 6'3", go out there, if we're talking about primes, how good of a prime is Linsanity compared to the rest? Linsanity might be a top 5 point guard of all time. Top 10? Can I?
Huh?
Is that arguable? I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, let's revisit Linsanity 10 years later.
Don't let him put it down on the floor. Lin likes the open floor, spinning, puts it up and banks it in.
Maybe before Linsanity, let's actually like back up like 2 years ago before that. Jeremy Lin was playing in the summer league for Dallas, and honestly, that was already kind of big, being on a summer league roster and hearing about how he was playing, because he was playing well. I remember hearing that when I was younger. And he played against John Wall, who was the #1 pick at the time, and he played well. He held his own. He actually kind of locked up John Wall in the fourth quarter. I think Dallas won. And Jeremy Lin had a pretty good game. He had like 13 points, solid defense, played well, had his foot in the door in NBA. Within like the next 2 years or 2 seasons before the Linsanity happened, he was in the Warriors. I remember he wasn't really playing there either. I remember seeing one game on NBA TV where he came in the game, people were cheering for him.
Jeremy Lin, Palo Alto High School's own Warrior rookie out of Harvard.
He was finally getting the game, cheering him on. But yeah, he wasn't really getting the opportunity. Come to time with the Knicks, he finally gets signed around December 27th. So they signed him because at that time, Iman Shumpert, who was like the rookie guy at the time, he was hurt. They needed someone to fill in as a point guard. And they had the opportunity to waive him before February 10th without paying the rest of his contract. So this was kind of like a high pressure moment for Jeremy Lin. And during this time, like, he wasn't really playing. Like, if you look at the game log, 1 minute, 2 minute, playing at garbage time. Pretty sure Carmelo said something to Mike D'Antoni, like, just let him play. So he finally puts him in on February 4th against New Jersey Nets. Jeremy Lin pops off. He plays 36 minutes, and in that 36 minutes, he takes advantage of his opportunity. Has 25 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. And that's when Linsanity officially started. Before that night, the Knicks were like, they lost 11 of their last 13. They needed a spark, so they put Jeremy Lin in. When Jeremy Lin was there during Linsanity, after that first night, the Knicks went on to win 7 straight games. And in that 7-game stretch, Jeremy Lin averaged 24 points and 9 assists. In his first 5 starts, he scored a total of 136 points, which was the most by any player since the NBA and ABA merger in 1976. Let's talk about that. Let's sidetrack a little bit. Why do we always have to add since NBA ABA merger? Was everything before that an asterisk? Does it hold the same value as the NBA bubble?
Hi everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
That's for a different video. But yeah, for that whole month of February, he averaged 22 points, 9 assists. He also did average 5.3 turnovers as well. And he had a total of 30 turnovers, which was also a record for the most turnovers in his first 5 starts. He didn't really take care of the ball a lot. But he was playing out there. He was playing free. He was having fun out there. You could see him, man. He was going off. I remember when he played against the Bulls. He pinned Derrick Rose off the backboard. If you know what that means to block that Derrick Rose, to pin him off the backboard, then come on, man. That's pretty amazing. We're talking about MVP D Rose the year before. And just like the title says, 38 at the Garden. He had 38 against Kobe and the Lakers. This game, I believe he didn't have Carmelo with him. Before that game, I remember someone was like interviewing Kobe, asking him, have you heard about Jeremy Lin? What are your thoughts about Jeremy Lin? He's like, yeah, I've been hearing about him, but what has he been really doing? Has he been like having triple doubles or something like that? Someone said like he's averaging 20 plus, 9 to 10 assists. Kobe was laughing like, I don't know this kid.
Are you surprised at the production that Lin's had over the past week?
I don't even know what he's done. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'll take a look at it tonight, though.
The next day, Jeremy Lin drops 38, has a good game. He beats the Lakers. He was like the most trending athlete and honestly celebrity. Asian American hopping into the NBA stage, going off on a night-to-night basis. That was big for us. That was big for the Asian community, man. Like I said, he was the most trending athlete, even celebrity. I remember seeing like Kim Kardashian, that she wanted to date him, and Jeremy Lin went on some talk show and said that that's not happening. Shout out to Jeremy Lin, because I know a lot of guys would fold. Some other iconic moments, I mean, like I said, the 38-point night. He had the game winner against the Raptors. He had Jose Calderon in front of him, top of the key. Clock going down, 1, 2, off the right. Hits the game winner, looks back, has that look.
Fans on their feet. 5, 4. Lin for the win. Got it.
And then just the rest of the season went on. After February happened, February was really that like marquee month for Jeremy Lin, where he was going off. He had like 20 and 10 games. He had like 13 assists too as well. 13 assists might be the highest maybe during that stretch. But like I said, he was going off. And after February, he was still putting up decent numbers. It wasn't really comparable to that February month. And then he ended up like tearing his meniscus, had to get surgery, so he couldn't play with the Knicks for the rest of the year, which sucked because I wanted to see Jeremy Lin in the playoffs. I wanted to see how good he would be. Like I said, I'm an Asian kid watching Jeremy Lin. Inspiration. I don't know how many more times I'm gonna say inspiration, but that's inspiration. But yeah, that was like the high moment in his career, really. After that, he went to Houston. He did get his bag. NBA champion. Still hooping till this day. Although that was 10 years ago. Damn, I can't believe that was 10 years ago. Like, that was actually really a minute. It was inspiration to me. Many people who don't really fit that prototypical basketball player. So let's answer that question that I have probably in the title. How good was Linsanity?